Hello. I was in kind of uh, deep depression state for quite some time. Now I kind of feel I'm normalizing, but my estimation time of arriving the version of me that would be less stressed, I guess, I hope so, at least, is around 2 years because I'm like year and a half before my graduation, and also kind of the sphere where I'm planning to work isn't connected to my studies at all, where I also have to be like showing showing my skills on a good level. And this time loop when you kind of, that's the whole life, honestly. Like, what I want to say, for somehow our, like, those, let's talk about computer science guys, okay? This is a crazy shit because sometimes, like, computer science guy or programmer or whoever is like a person who believes, genuinely believes, that he's special because he's earning or have earning potential. But that's not what I mean. I mean that, let me explain myself. In terms of education, let's talk about education. It's very important because I always thought, like, I don't need the whole university because I can go just to trainee program in my region. Nobody cares about your diploma and so on, and you can just like get experience and get things done and like get your pace. And but then I realized how wrong I was about the whole life path and how it's supposed to look like. I went to the university and I was studying math for 2 years, just solely math, and I was working full time. Meanwhile, it was like, it was kind of hard. Yeah, but my job wasn't that hard. I worked with perfect people in perfect companies, and it was like manager's job. But like, nevertheless, I mean, the let's take medicine. Like, time, you need like 10 years for education, and if you coming from the poor family, I'm not sure if you able to like really get to the uni, except of cases when you're really smart. There are some people who genuinely smart, but they don't tend to like get through the one thing. I mean, in my case, I'm actually really good and in getting better in one exact thing, in one exact subject, let's say Linux, just for example, or math, or like chapter of math, whether it's optimization, for instance. And you get through the chapter in during month or two, solving a lot of problems, and then you're getting out in startup state of like enlightenment, I'd say, probably it's the right word. So there's several topics I'm trying to connect here, and one of them is like longevity of education. And for medical guys, it's like they're like going through the school in period of time which is supposed to take them 10 years. Electrical engineering might take 5 years, plus 2 years or year for masters, and like 4 years for PhD, which is also 10 years, and is like normal amount of time for you really getting good at something with solving a lot of small problems and concentrating sequentially on every topic, so you getting better in your general picture. It's okay. But like computer science guys, for somehow they think that it's enough to get through 1 month or 3 month course where it's involved computer architecture, which is a subfield of electrical engineering, where you even, you can say you're supposed to be good enough in electrical engineering for getting into the details of computer architecture. And you might say, I don't need it for making HTML pages, but you, like, this is a business position. Like, making HTML pages is a business position. It's a business position. Yeah, you can like uh, go through 3 month boot camp, kind of get a job, and kind of be good at HTML pages, but you don't know even what the integral means, or you don't know the basic like principles of law. And that's where the education, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but I'm trying to be real here, okay? That's probably not what I meant, but I mean, like, I'm trying to draw this picture so you don't get the wrong imagination and don't get in the trap which probably some people might be in. So, um, yeah, the education is a long process. Like, you can study at work if it's the appropriate way for you to study. Some subjects requires the theoretical rigorous approach, so you just should be isolated from anything bothering you and just be diving into the thing to make it real, to change yourself within studying a serious subject. And yeah, why do you think that somebody who makes 130K, let's say, I don't know, I'm not from America, not even from Europe, um, and somebody who study medicine for 10 years should, like, why do you think the different amount of efforts that they should put in? Even with medicine, I'd say it's even the better way, because you get your certifications, you have this pipeline of studying something and figuring things out, and you have kind of guarantee that it's figurable and possible, and you're getting through things and you're getting your marks and you're getting your of course it's really hard. I can't imagine, I wouldn't be able to handle it. And yeah, so when you're getting through the subject itself, right, it's supposed to take time. It's supposed to take time until you will be good at it, especially with the programming. Basic programming isn't hard, but when it comes to bigger systems, you emergency, I don't know how to say it. So it's like you need to know much more about how complicated system works in general, like how to build, like what the right approach. So you need to draw the architecture first, draw the idea, start on the paper, and that's where the uh job happening, and then only then you making it real with the code. It's just an instrument, you know. That's what I mean. And I don't want anybody to get in the trap that life is might be easy in any way, or might be that there is any optimal way of doing things. There no optimal way. You might study electrical engineering for 6 years, which is amazing, and then you might study computer engineering or computer science for 2 years, even on your own, and it's also amazing. Yeah, it might take 8 years for you to be graduated, but it's better to be poor and be graduated with kind of something in your head and kind of some fundamentals on which you can stand and build your life after, than getting through uh, than just like getting through boot camp and like just getting any job somewhere. It's a question of growth. You invest into your education not to be successful right here. It's for your growth in terms of 40 years. You spend 5 years in order to overcome all possible barriers in the next 40 years. That's why it's valuable, because as engineer, the front end might not exist in 10 years. I don't know, maybe they will render AI will render the front end based on documentation of backend, which is like crazy idea. But let's say it doesn't matter. Okay, it's not that of experience is always valuable. Real world experience with any technology, whatever you was doing. But I mean, it's not that easy in terms of personal growth. If you are about to grow personally, you need to understand that this journey is supposed to take time, and you better to dedicate this time and even study some side quests. Okay, today you study microcontrollers, electronics. It seems useless, so you better would study some, I don't know, some fancy framework or whatever. No, it's fundamentals, and they make you know how to think of things, how to learn, how to get through the hard things. That teaches you what it teaches to the best engineers in the world. The best, like, nobody trying to scam anybody, okay? It's like the life is real. It's impossible to scam anybody. You can't like mimic the knowledge, or probably you can mimic the knowledge but not the understanding. That what I mean. And I'd say it's better to get through it, to get your like to be kind of to to solve and build your in kind of feeling of integrity and like feeling of sense and logic in the world first. That's like, and most people think, I thought when I was like 18 or 15 years old, I thought like at 22 I should be a genius, I should be billionaire. That's okay for a small guy to think that way. um Guess what, at 22 years old I found out that um I can't get anywhere with any online course, and it's not that easy to like. I can't sell myself to do like any random job. I want to do real things, and I'm a real person, and I don't like to mimic that I'm smart. Like smart doesn't exist. They're like just amount of courses that you gone through, and somebody from outside might judge in the future if you're smart enough. But for yourself, you can also reference to the university courses as something that improves you. Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't. For the last year, I kind of half skipped on my studies. I have skipped on my studies. I have skipped on electronics. I'm familiar with all math courses, but I regret that I didn't go through electronics, to be honest, and through microcontrollers and through several other subjects that will give me much more freedom, because now I'm uncertain, and yeah, I'm not confident about the future career just because skipping 2 3 subjects. And that's usually, um if you're not the type of person who's supposed to, if you feel that you type of person who don't want to scam anybody, don't scam anybody, don't scam any yourself, don't scam university, like go and do the hardest stuff, useless stuff, but then you will figure out it's much more useful and interesting and engaging and rewarding than any like studying for basic framework or basic shit, or just go to the job right from the boat. I mean, yeah. And even if you're planning to work somewhere as a programmer, don't skip on university in any possible case, if it's possible, I mean, because it depends on person, like, and the university you're getting into. Of course, like some things, like, if it's somehow possible to be educated, like, do it. It's going to be very, very hard. And I'm not sure I'm even in the right of saying it without getting through it, but like it's okay. I'm still saying it. I'm still saying it because like that's the way things work. And you're not that genius. If you're not the genius, one of those guys who can just randomly understand the subject, which seems to happen, it's like just feels as it. Of course, it's not, but I mean, you will have to pay time, a lot of time, and like pay attention and pay some years of your life, but it worth it. Doesn't matter what's going to happen. All what you have is your knowledge, understanding of the world. Doesn't matter where you get into. All what you have with yourself is the knowledge. And if we're working on improving it, towards improving it, that's cool thing. And I don't think that trying to scam the system is the best way. Like not the knowledge system, okay? Like don't scam the knowledge system. Scam any system, but like don't scam yourself on education. I understand it's hard. I understand it seems that somebody wants to like you to be a working machine, but you're not obligated to be working machine in any shitty position. Exactly in case if you have the education. You understand that? Like, yeah. And it's supposed to take time, especially for the engineer, especially for computer science, especially for programming. It should take even much more time for you to be really good at it, to make sure you're a professional. It's not like just getting through boot camp or just reading a book. It's about like big work. I think it's a big work on yourself, on your environment, on people you're talking to, on your health, on your university studies, and so on. Like, don't be stupid. Don't skip on important things. Yeah. Thank you very much.